Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first annual British FinTech Awards, hosted by Calyx Solutions, who are also celebrating their 10th year here. A little clap, please, from the start. Well done to everyone. Don't say it's not thought about your safety, and we haven't thought about your safety. They've got a lawyer to do the comparing tonight, so there you go. All right. We're going to get straight into it because we've got a really full-packed evening tonight, and I'd like to first introduce you to the jury. So, of the awards, we are very, very pleased to introduce you to Giordano Cortesi. Where is Giordano?
There he is.
He's there. There he is. Stunning. Look at that. Welcome. A real experienced hand around the currency exchange markets. And also, we are delighted to welcome Brit Rai of CBRE. Brit, please take us, let us know where you are. There he is. Look at that, right at the front. Again, loads of experience in customer service and the FinTech, a real FinTech enthusiast. You should all get to know each other, get to know the names, because I'm sure you'll all be working together at some point as well. That's basically our jury for tonight. And we're going to now introduce our sponsors. There we go. So I'm not going to go through all of them, but obviously events like these take a lot of effort and time to put together, but also support. And support is all about trust, and these are real trusted people that have got together to sponsor an event like this, and the importance of this event will become known to a lot of people in years to come. Without further ado, I would like to introduce straight away our key speaker tonight. I say key speaker, but really, he's the engine of everything. And I've been very pleased and grateful to have known Vishal in a very short space of time, both in a personal capacity and in a business capacity. I want to introduce Vishal because what he's done and what he is doing is so innovative, but also so important. So without further ado, the man of the hour, Vishal Patil. I give the mic to you.
Thank you, Wasif. Well, during the introduction, Wasif has been very kind. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming all the way. So it is overwhelming that we have organized this. You have come down to this event. We have created a community over the past 10 to 12 years now. So most of you know me from maybe my uni days when I was walking around here to South Key Station. And then I never thought that one day here I will be hosting Brit FinTech Awards. But life has been very kind and generous, and your support has been strong, I would say. So thank you very much. What I will do is I will keep this very short. I will just try to say what we have done as Calyx Solutions. So we started with the Currency Exchange Bureau software and then CS Remit software. But there is something linked to this. When I go out in the market, like 10 years back when I went out in the market, I did not sell software, but I tried to know the business. I tried to know people who are in the business. And you can look around and see that most of the immigrant community, either you are Indian, Pakistani, Sri Lankan, Nigerian, we all are together. So I took everything in and tried to implement that to give solution to everyone. So we started with web-based, then we moved to mobile apps. And as the market grows, then there was a need for compliance. So GBG was there. We integrated initially with GBG, then with SumSub. Then we did the ID verification and AML checks, then the payment processors. So we did many integrations like trust payments, e-merchant pay, volume, wine. So our partners, I would say, understood the MSB sector, and they were very welcoming, accommodating, and that is the reason we still have them. Then one important thing which we all know in MSB sector is banking. So as I said, when we went out, we did not just sell softwares. We know and we asked what the issues are, how we can help. And that's where we started providing business bank accounts as well for MSB sector. And then last but not the least, the compliance and marketing service. So all these services were not started for making a profit, no, but they were started to give a service which you can trust and which can help you. One is to keep your business running, second to safeguard your business from the regulatory requirements, and of course third one to make profit. But after developing this ecosystem, there was still something missing. So then from last year, we were thinking, what's missing? We never heard about awards in which MSB sector was involved. There was no appreciation, there was no recognition for MSB sector. And second part, which few of my clients who are now my friends, they keep telling me that we have nowhere to go if some legal issues comes, some regulatory issues comes. So there is no association to go to, right? So first thing was recognition, and you work hard for the entire year and there is no recognition, but there are audits, right? So we created Brit FinTech Awards only with one motive, that is to recognize your work, that you have been working hard all this time. There should be a platform where you can come, you can be proud of yourself, enjoy that moment, and start again to grow. Then MSB Association, this is in draft. Wasif is a solicitor, he is my friend. He is drafting on the key points that if we have to make this a reality, what needs to be done. So we want a platform which can talk to the regulators directly. So we definitely need everyone over here to help us with this, to come on the platform. And what this platform is going to do is assist you in compliance. If there are any banking issues for you, then we will look into that. Legal issues, so the solicitor will be on retainer for you. 20 minutes free consultation, and then we can see what can be done. Then we will have regular meetups, maybe trainings, or if there is any other requirement that comes from the regulators, like APP fraud came in from FCA, it started from 7th of October. So we can arrange trainings for that particular thing. Obviously regulator updates, and yes, to run this particular thing, we need your help. So it can't be done for free, but we will keep it as low as £1 a day, so everyone can benefit out of it. And of course, this association is going to be a non-profit. So we don't want to make profit out of it, but to give service from this. Now, as we are at Brit FinTech Awards, there should be innovation and there should be technology updates which we should talk about. So now we are coming up with Calyx Money. So Calyx Money is nothing but comparison site. So as I told you, profit is secondary. First thing is our clients, the community that we work for. Now there is no platform where small payment institutions or the bureau de change companies, which are there on Oxford Street or Regent Street or Piccadilly Circus, that will be showing up on a comparison site. Only the big players are being shown on the comparison site. So we are taking an initiative to start a comparison site where we'll fetch rates from your site. So you can think about a Nigerian customer installing 10 different apps on their mobile phone and checking everyone's rate and then deciding who to use to send. What if we bring all the rates on one particular page and they make a learned decision who to use? Okay, so it's good for you as well to get more customers if you are competitive enough, and for customer it is easy to use and easy to know what the current rates are. And of course, with CS Remit, which is our flagship product, we are revamping the app. So you can expect the new app, or we have installed it on our phones. We can show it to you. Right, I will stop now. Thank you for listening. And I will hand over to the very dynamic Wasif again.
So as you can see, there's a lot of projects in the pipeline. So this is not just an event and an award, it's a kind of eye-opener as well as to what you can do as a business. We're here at Level 39, which is the heart of business, fintech and innovation. And we're very pleased to be here, and the venue has been chosen for that perspective as well. I'm delighted, absolutely delighted to actually introduce our next guest, who's going to be a speaker to tell you a little bit more about his company and what they've been doing. The absolutely charming Tomer Shavid. I'm going to ask him to come forward. Get your cameras ready. There you go. So Tomer is from Vine, and tell us about the processing and how we can save some money.
Great. Thank you, Wasim. Thank you, Calyx, and thank you, Vishal. My name is Tomer. I'm the VP of Revenue for Vine, an open banking company. Super happy to be here. So today I want to talk about a topic that I know is near and dear to a lot of your hearts, money remittance. I want to talk about where the industry was, where the industry is today, and what the future may hold. Spoiler alert, it's open banking. So let's talk about the innovation in money remittance. I'm going to move to the next, spacebar. And how money remittance went from being a process that traditionally was expensive, slow, and time-consuming to a process that is now faster, secure, and much more accessible. And I want to talk about how all this innovation has had a really positive, meaningful impact on millions of people around the world. So just to give you a bit of a warning, this presentation will have some warm and fuzzy feelings to it. And I know that we're in a cynical world and in an industry that people might consider to be cynical as well. But evenings like these are great times to take a step back and see how our industry actually does, and please don't roll your eyes too hard, make the world a better place. So let's talk about the history. So money remittance in one shape or another always existed. The earliest documented money remittance transactions happened in Egypt. The Egyptians had them, the Romans had them, the Greeks had them. The point is that moving money across borders is nothing new. But it's always been a lengthy process, a complex process, and a risky process. Even if we fast forward to modern times, I can remember when I was a kid and my dad never wanted to pay the bank fees to move money abroad. So whenever he would travel on business, he would travel with those those cash belts that were like stuffed chock full of cash. And we were always terrified that he'll get, mugged or lose the belt. And it was just a ridiculous concern that no one should have to deal with. And traditionally, a lot of these issues and concerns would also land on people that were already quite marginalized. So if you think of people that really depend on money remittance, you're talking about immigrants, you're talking about short-term migrants, you're talking about people that have to send money back to their families as a lifeline in many cases. So let's look at an example of Maria. So Maria is a migrant worker in the UK, and she wants to send money back to her family in Thailand. She wants to send £1,000 back to her family. Now, traditionally, Maria would have to go to a money changers, and she'd have to wait in line, and she'd have to fill out forms, and she'd pay a banking fee, and then she'll pay of £20, and she'll pay a receiving fee of £20, and already £40 of that 1,000 just disappears. And even after she does all that, her family has to wait for multiple days to receive that money. Now for Maria, £40 is 2+ hours of backbreaking work, and for her family, £40 is 1,400 baht, which goes a long way. So for these populations, every pound that's lost in fees impacts their daily life. Now, I'm gonna fast forward. So lucky for Maria, things have advanced since then. And now we had the digital revolution, and the digital revolution impacted remittance in immense ways. And what I actually love about the remittance industry is that the industry itself is an innovation, right? So they're solving a problem that we've had in banking forever. And what I found a lot with dealing with remittance firms is that they're always interested in what is the next technology step. Like, what is the next solution? What is the next innovation that we can incorporate to make things easier for our customers? So the biggest impact of the digital revolution is that it moved your bank account into your pocket. You know, now everyone has a cell phone, and now their bank account is in their pocket. And the impact of that, again, is widely felt in remittance. So let's look at another example. Let's look at Jamal. Jamal lives in Kenya, and his brother, who's a doctor in the UK, sends him money every month. Now, in the past, Jamal had to spend hours going to the town with the money changers. He had to, again, wait in line, cramped in an office with lots of other people. And then if he gets the money, it was still a pretty dangerous affair to leave with that money. A lot of deadly muggings often happen outside of money changers. Now, Jamal is able to receive that money straight to his phone, and he can use that money on his phone to pay for bills and make purchases. And now that the money is arriving much more secure, much quicker, and much more reliably, Jamal can actually invest that money in his own small business. Imagine he has a grocery store in town that he's now using that money to buy merchandise and pay for salaries. So the innovation for remittance is actually able to elevate a lot of these communities and help with income distribution and inequality between developing countries and developed countries. And that's something that I think we should be really proud of. So what's the future for remittance? Enter open banking. So what is open banking? Open banking allows you to make account-to-account transactions super fast with a tiny fee and without having to deal with card schemes or any other intermediaries. So now if we go back to the original example, if Maria was sending her £1,000 to her family using open banking, that means that the money would arrive at her family almost immediately for a tiny, tiny fraction of the old fees, meaning that more than 99% of that amount arrives at the recipient. But those aren't the only benefits of open banking. Instant settlements. So of course, with instant settlements, you're increasing your margins and you have much more available cash to reinvest into your business. If you're dealing with currency conversion, you get live exchange rates, so that cuts into any of the costs, extra costs for currency conversion. The customer experience is much better because your customers don't have to enter all their credit card details into a phone. With 3 taps on their phone, they can complete a transaction. And finally, with automated reconciliation, you don't have any manual errors anymore. Now, open banking is exploding. In the UK, more than 7 million people are using open banking. And last year alone, there were 180 million open banking transactions. Now, a big part of that growth is because of remittance outfits that, as I mentioned, are always looking for how to provide their consumers with better experiences and more cost savings. So what's next for the remittance industry and open banking? The future of remittance is all about people. the focus needs to be reaching unbanked populations that can now be reached because of innovations like mobile wallets and digital platforms. The other thing we have to focus on is to make open banking the default payment method in the UK and beyond. Why would you pay all those extra fees and all those card schemes? And one more thing I want to mention that I'm super excited about. So Vine just announced a partnership with Visa to power their Visa A2A, their Visa account-to-account payments. And that's going to bring variable reoccurring payments, or VRP, to the UK, which means that you're able to offer your merchants recurring payments that have all the benefits of open banking, so the speed and the safety, but you don't have to pay the extra costs that you normally would pay with the direct debit mandates. So, okay, that was my spiel on open banking and remittance. Now I want to bring this back to what's really important, which is all of you here today. If you follow the thread of my speech, I think that the work that we do is very important, and I think the people sitting here are the best at doing it. So one last plug, if you guys want to talk about adding open banking to your payment stack, you can talk to me. You can talk to, that's Mitch right there in the back. He has a really cool brooch on his lapel, which he says is a good conversation starter. So feel free to use it as a conversation starter. You have Juan sitting right over there, enjoying his beverage, and Junie next to Juan. They'll be happy to help you out. And now I want to wish you all success and congratulations and good luck with the awards. Thank you very much.
So now we're going to take a break, but before we do, the naughty kids are at the back, aren't they? They always are. You need to fill up from the front. This is a cozy kind of environment, so we want you to come to the front, meet the people, talk. You're going to have 20 minutes now for some finger food and a break, and then we're going to get straight into the awards. So enjoy the company, enjoy everyone's conversation. This is what it's about. It's about talking, so get talking.